Happy holidays, everybody, and Tony here with a review of Vivaldi's Four Seasons, which was shown at the St. Charles Church with the Baroque Orchestra Ensemble, Orchestra 1756, and on the podium as the concertmaster / principal Baroque violinist was Dimitris Karakantas. Now, I have stumbled upon this concert by chance because after I saw Fatima at the Wiener Staatsoper, I decided to take a walk at Resselpark, which is this very great historical park, and along the line, I passed by this really huge church, which was the St. Charles Church, known in German as Karlskirche, and I saw on the poster that Vivaldi's Four Seasons was going to be performed tonight. So I wasted no time. I knew this was also a once-in-a-lifetime offer for me, so I bought the ticket and I was totally excited by it. And as I went to the church, I was just totally stunned, not only with the exterior, but when I went inside the church, I was just totally amazed at everything. The architecture, and all of those murals, all of the paintings, everything was just so enthralling that I was technically left breathless at just how marvelous this church really was. Not to mention, the St. Charles Church is also situated near the Technical University of Vienna. So for those of you who really want to go to this church, I really suggest that you visit it. You will be totally enthralled and totally in awe of the great architecture and how much history this church has. Now, to the concert proper. Basically, the concert began not really with the Four Seasons, though it was basically the final parts of the concert, but it began with a concerto for two violins, a basso continuo, and the guitar in A major. Basically, this was also played in like the Baroque style, in which a lot of these pieces are played a semitone lower than what's usually considered the original. So the evening began with this concerto, and I was totally impressed by it being such a great opening, and then we proceeded to a composer I have never heard of before, whose name was Giovanni Antonio Pandolfi Meali, and basically with Dimitris Karakantas and this gentleman on the guitar, they were playing La Bernabea and La Cesta. Two pieces I've never heard of before, but how they played it with each other was just wonderful. And then we get to the meat of this concert. That is, of course, Vivaldi's Four Seasons, and I was just totally enthralled because I really am a huge fan of the Four Seasons by Vivaldi. The biggest highlights would usually have to be the Primavera in Allegro, definitely one of the most famous movements in the entire concerto, and then we have the L'estate Presto, most notably known as the Storm Movement. So there are a lot of great moments to be found in this concerto, and I really have to give a special kudos to the concertmaster, Dimitris Karakantas. I never heard about him before, but just watching him alongside all of his colleagues was just absolutely enthralling. And in terms of Karakantas as a musician, I felt like he had a lot of charisma, a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of bite, and just a lot of energy that he used for the evening. He was definitely a great concertmaster, really carrying the weight of how he managed to play and how he managed to really help the energy of his colleagues and really heighten it to the absolute top-tier performance level that is totally desired. So it was definitely a great evening for Baroque music, and special thanks to Dimitris Karakantas for such a brilliant and such an immersed musicianship, which was absolutely excellent, and not to mention his colleagues, the members of the Orchestra 1756, for really giving out such outstanding performances and absolutely memorable moments with all the concertos, and I felt that you all did very well. So bravo to you all, and I really hope to hear a lot more of you. Well, that's all for now. Be sure to tune in tomorrow and even the day after tomorrow because, well, what more can you expect? It's Christmas Eve and Christmas Day respectively. So do expect a lot of Christmas-related look-backs, tributes, and maybe a couple of Christmas-related album reviews. So take a look out for those. So until then, Merry Christmas, and I hope you all have a really great evening. I really hope that you all have a great Christmas with your families, with your friends, and, well, I hope you all celebrate it the best way you can. Take care and cheers.